Love Life Yarn. Today we're going to be crocheting this easy corner to corner lemon peel stitch baby blanket. This stitch only uses single and double crochet, so it's not difficult, and it has a traditional counterpart. I love the lemon peel stitch, so when I realized you could use it in a corner to corner design, starting here and then just increasing it out and then decreasing at the other corner, I couldn't wait to try it. So this is a baby blanket size, and you'll find all of the instructions when we're walking through this video, but there also are instructions in the link. The full blog post is in the description with the complete free pattern. So if you have any questions about sizing or anything like that, please check out the link in the description. And you can see we've got a border here that uses double crochets, single crochets, and chains. Super simple. I'm going to walk you through each step. So are you ready? Let's get started. Materials you need for this project include 4 skeins of Lion brand Feels Like Butta. I used a seafoam color here, a size J or 6mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, and some scissors. To begin, have a slip knot on your crochet hook, and we're going to chain 4. And now in the very last chain from the hook, so it's the 4th chain from the hook, we're going to work a single crochet. So insert your hook, mine gets a little tight, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. And now work a double crochet in the same chain. So yarn over, insert in the same chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through the last 2. And this is our first corner. So we'll turn, that's row 1. Now we're going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet here and throughout the pattern. We will single crochet in the very first stitch. So a lot of times you skip this stitch when you're crocheting. Don't do that, because even though our chain 3 counted as a double crochet, we're increasing here. So single in that stitch, double crochet right in this middle stitch, which was a single in the last row. And in the churning chain, you're going to work a single crochet and a double crochet. So for me, I have to kind of work into mine with my fingernail, into a turning chain, and then I'll single crochet and double in the same turning chain. All right, now we're ready for row 3, and this is going to be the row that we repeat. So you'll start with a chain 3. Like I said, it counts as a double crochet every time. And then we're going to single crochet in that very first stitch. And then you will double crochet in the next stitch. And then single crochet. And you'll repeat that however wide the blanket is till you get down to the end. And you'll double crochet. Okay, so it's single double till you get to your turning chain, and you'll work that single crochet and double crochet into the turning chain. So work your hook into the chain. Because mine tends to get tight. I hate that about turning chains, but it's just the nature of it for me. So just poke it in there, single crochet and double crochet. All right, we're going to repeat this until your blanket is 30 inches long on the side edge here, always working single, double, and then making sure you do a single and a double in the turning chain. So repeat this row. All right, for my sample piece, I have just done 8 inches along the side, but of course you would continue until you had 30 inches. And when you get to that point, I'm going to show you how to decrease now. So you will chain 2, and then we're going to skip the first 2 stitches. So this stitch here, and then the next one, skip those 2. And then right here in this double crochet, you're going to single crochet. And then in the next single crochet, you'll double crochet. And we're going to repeat this across, so just work single and then double. And repeat all the way down until you reach the last 3 stitches. And then we have to decrease the other corner as well. So single, double, all the way down to the last 3 stitches. When you get down here to these last 3, you're going to have 2 stitches and a turning chain. You single crochet in the next one, which I've already done here, and then double crochet 2 together in the last stitch and the turning chain. Okay, and that will decrease each end, and you're just going to repeat that until 5 total stitches remain, including your turning chain. So you chain 2, skip the first 2, and then work, this is a double crochet, so you work a single and then a double, single and double. Okay, repeat all the way down just like we did before until there are 3 stitches at the end. You see how it's turning the corner right here, and so I'll work all the way down to the last 3, and then I'll single crochet and double crochet 2 together, and keep repeating this row until you get down, and then we'll make the other end. All right, this is the point where it has 5 stitches left. Like I said, the turning chain does count, so count that in there. And you'll chain 2, just like we did before. Skip 2 stitches. In this double crochet, you will single crochet right in the very middle stitch, and then work a double crochet 2 together to close out the last stitch. All right, and there we go, and that mirrors the other end where we started with our chains. So you can see it makes a square. So that's what I've got here. And now we're ready to work the border. Go ahead and chain 1, because we're going to single crochet around the border first. And right here in this corner, work your first single. Okay, we're going to come back to that. We'll join there at the end and just single crochet along. You want, for the size written in the pattern, to have a 30-inch long side. Every side will be 30 inches, and also then to single crochet 119 along. And this does include our corner single crochets, not the chain 2 spaces in between. So 119 across. You can see I check mine every few stitches to make sure it's lying flat. Okay, I'm gonna work over here to this corner. Okay, and you can see I've got my nice even amount here. Now once you get to a corner, like I said, that did count as a stitch in my 119. The chain 2 turns, and now I've got a new side. So in the same stitch here, same little space, I'm going to start my 119 over again. 1, 2, if I get in here, 3. So sometimes in the sides, it depends on just work it in where you can. I work 119 again across in the actual blanket. This one's smaller, obviously different. And then chain 2, turn the corner until we get right back here to where we started. All right, here's the first stitch where we began. And so I'm here in the corner. I want to single crochet my last stitch, so stitch 119 there in the same space, chain 2, and I'm going to slip stitch in the very first single crochet. That's going to finish out our round of single crochet, which gets us set up just nicely for a shell stitch border. All right, please turn your work at this point. Okay, so it's the only time we're going to turn on our border, but you do turn so that you're ready to work into this chain 2 space. So slip stitch here in the chain 2, and we're going to work half of a shell. So chain, oh, it's a little loose, hold on. So chain 3 here once your loop isn't too loose, and that counts as a double crochet, and then work 2 more double crochet in this chain 2 space. And this is pretty much half of our shell, the very first shell. And now the pattern is going to be right here. Okay, I'm going to get my yarn set up. Turn it a little bit. You're going to skip 2 and you work a single crochet. And then skip 2, 5 double crochet in the next space. And then this just repeats. Skip 2, single, skip 2, 5 double crochet. You can see we're starting to get a half full shell here to begin. Something in my yarn. And then we'll just continue. And when you get to the corner, what happens is it should work out perfectly that there's a shell right here. So the 5 double crochet will turn that corner. So you just repeat that all the way around. All right, I've done that. I've just finished this last single crochet here. And I need to finish this first shell. So it has 3 double crochet. So now we need to add 2 in the exact same space where we began. And then we will join with a slip stitch in the top of this chain 3. All right, and that will close that shell. So you can see, here's our first round. And you can just, honestly, sometimes I leave a blanket border like this, but this one I wanted a little bit more. So our last round, you will chain 4. Okay, counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. In the next double crochet, you're going to double crochet, chain 1. So right here, double, chain 1, and work a double crochet in this last double crochet of our shell. So my yarn is pulling here. Don't you hate when your yarn like gets tight? All right, and then in the single crochet, which is the very next stitch, we're going to single crochet again. And now for our next shell, in the first 4 double crochet, we're going to double crochet, chain 1. Okay, do this 4 times. Double, chain 1, double, chain 1, and last time, double, chain 1. And this last double crochet here, the 5th one, we're just going to double crochet with no chain 1. That's only for the ones in between your shells. Single crochet in the single, and you repeat. Single in the single, and then double crochet, chain 1 4 times, double crochet in the 5th double crochet of our shell, and then single, and it just repeats all the way around the same way. Nice and easy. Double chain 1, double chain 1, double chain 1 for the 3rd one, and one more time. Double chain 1, and then like I said, in the 5th one, we do not chain after, so just do a double, and then a single in the single, and we repeat. Double chain 1, double chain 1. So you can see it just makes our shells like larger, and they still have a lot of holes in them, so we'll come back around and end in just a minute. All right, here we are. This is the very last part. I've just single crocheted in the single crochet right before the shell. So now my next double, I'm going to double crochet, chain 1, and one more time in this double, double crochet, chain 1, and we're going to join in the 3rd chain where we start with a chain 4. So make sure you leave 1 chain up here at the top right there. That would be the chain 1 in between stitches, and then join with a slip stitch. And there we go. There is our a little more open shell stitch border, but like I said, still, and it's not big enough hole that anything's going to get caught in it or anything like that, but it just opens up the shell, gives it a little more definition, a little more interest than just a regular shell border. All right, guys, thanks for watching so much. Come visit love.life.yarn.com for more than 300 free patterns. I'll see you next time.